Same planet, same setup.
Just waiting for the players to spawn in.
Absolutely.
So we have Headcrab, Pieman, Laren, and Shadow Pig in orange, pink, yellow, and green, respectively.
And judging from the donations, I'd say Headcrab is the favorite to win. But you know what? Anything could happen. People could be holding on to their donations until later.
I'm just being told that the Puppet Master may have crashed, so if he doesn't manage to get back in, we'll have to re-host. With any luck. Although, yeah. So the players are in no ludicrously close spawns this time, but we do have a triple spawn in effect on the North Pole from Shadow Pig, Laren, and Pieman. Not
Headcrab's not here off to the side by himself.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait. Yeah, Headcrab is off by himself. Pieman, Laren, and Shadow Pig are relatively close.
I'm just going to have to take a couple of seconds here to close my windows because I've got kids playing in the street outside, so I don't want them to disturb us. So,
no worries. It looks like everybody seemed to opt to go for Vehicle Factory first, except for Laren. Laren going back Bot Factory first. Second Air Factory going, or I'm sorry, second Factory Air going up for Shadow Pig.
Additional metal extractors required.
And a dock spawned in for Headcrab. Interesting.
I think that was just to test that it could
deleted.
Still work.
Okay, so it was testing that it was still working. Okay.
Yeah.
It was immediately deleted, so. Headcrab getting an Air Factory as well. Second Factory going down for Pieman. Another Vehicle Factory. And looks like Shadow Pig is going to scout out Pieman pretty early on.
Yep, using those fireflies from the Air Factory. They've got a lot of vision, so they're really good for scouting early game as well because they're super fast, so they can cover a lot of the planet in a really short space of time. Similarly,
very fast, good vision.
Similarly, Headcrab is sending out the ground scout equivalent, these skitters, which have the same amount, if not slightly bigger vision as well, and however they do move a little bit slower.
I hope I'm not going to hear that insufficient metal thing the entire time.
Yeah, I just got that as well.
My apologies if it continues playing. I don't think there's really anything I can do about it. Maybe I'll restart my client before the next match. So Headcrab manages to scout out some fabbers and a metal extractor from Shadow Pig. He's probably got a pretty good idea of where Shadow Pig is.
Yep.
Laren's got a radar down, so although he doesn't know what his enemies have, he knows where they are.
Indeed.
That was a good move from Laren there to get the radar down. A lot of players forget to build a radar because they're too busy expanding, and the commander can't build radar.
Yeah, you do need the extra fabricators to do that. Because the commander only has a sort of basic level of building ability and consists later games, of course. But at the moment, he is kind of stuck with that. Another more metal is required, but Inferno's making their way from Shadow Pig into Pieman's base, doing a little bit of harass there, taking out a few fabricators and even a metal extractor there. Damaging his eco a little bit, but not too badly, I fear.
He's going to get one more metal extractor before that Inferno goes down.
Yep. And now, of course, the counterattack begins with a few tanks from Pieman.
Yep, the Shadow Pig does have some tanks and vanguards there. A vanguard. So it might be able to push them back long enough to save his metal extractor. He's bringing fabbers to the front, though. I don't think this is a good idea. I don't think he meant to do that.
Yeah, I think that might have been a misclick
because of it.
But now the Infernos can push in. They will get taken out before they reach them, though, because there's nothing really to support them, and of course the tanks can just retreat, given very similar movement speed. Now, again, Laren going for an orbital launcher, so he's planning to get off planet pretty quickly. I can't see what the time is. Can you let me know what that is and remind folks that it is 5 minutes? And there's some spawning in. There come the transports for Headcrab. There's the Vanguard. Where's the next Vanguard? Advanced radar sat as well with the P-Gen.
With the
and
power
there's
generator.
the Vanguard. Oh wow, Headcrab just launched into the lead with this game. And now, do not forget, these transports can lift up the Vanguards and plop them next to someone's base.
He needs to take some fighters with him. He needs to gather some fighters so they don't immediately get shot down.
Yeah, definitely.
And there they go, off to the side.
And nicely
He
keyed
needs
up.
a fighter escort. We still got some action going between Pieman and Shadow Pig. Laren, was it Laren? It is Laren, yes.
Yeah.
Additional metal extractors
Laren
required.
being largely ignored. Starts putting down an advanced vehicle factory.
Yeah,
So he's going
that'll,
to try to get to advanced here pretty quickly.
Yeah, and that advanced tier will allow him to get those bigger, beefier units, which will really help him defend against those vanguards that have just been popped down, which are really heavy health and slowish moving, but they pack a huge punch if they get in close enough, and their health allows them to do that. So now
Laren gets an Astrius out. Looks like he's going to
Yep.
pick up the commander and take him off world.
that orbital transport there is going to go and head off to... I'm going to suspect here we've gone to Eric's gem. I'm just going to suspect that simply because it's the easiest to defend earlier.
Absolutely.
In fact,
That's
no,
going to be my guess as well.
it's gone
No?
to Tiebreaker. He's
Really?
going across the system.
Interesting. Transports on the move, coming in to this right outside of, right in the middle of Laren's metal field,
Yeah.
and he drops down a Vanguard, way outside the base.
Yeah, keeps it safe, I guess. But Pieman, all of his units are in the wrong place. And looking at it, as the crow flies, the Vanguard is closer to the commander than the army is to the Vanguard.
Absolutely. And it looks like that that quick rush to advanced tier is going to hurt Laren. Shadow
Yeah.
Pig moving some units in, and Laren doesn't have much to defend with. And the Vanguard creeping ever closer to Pieman's commander. I think he knows what the danger is. Starts moving his commander away from instead of closer to the Vanguard.
So we need some donations, folks, to keep some people alive now, because Headcrab has a distinct advantage as his Vanguard waltzes through Pieman's base, just chewing everything in sight, while Pieman tries to get up some air factories, so perhaps some bombers to take down that Vanguard. He is running out of health now, though, as he heads in the wrong direction because of a lack of scouting, and the Vanguard goes down.
Vanguard coming in from the other side into Shadow Pig's base, doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
He's going to get knocked down a couple notches as well. And my apologies to anybody that can hear the lightning going off outside. I hope my power stays on. It would happen on the day of a tournament. It's been clear skies for days. And now lightning.
The Nestrus now up for Shadow Pig.
I need to get off the planet. Advanced Vehicle Factory going down for Headcrab. He's going to take advantage of his huge eco boost. Another Vanguard going down for Headcrab. I really think people want him to win.
Metal is low.
Well, we have just had a D4 come in, which is an advanced 10 advanced lasers for Laren. Here they come. Just the ticket to defend against those Vanguards on all sides. Look at that.
Oh, that is awesome right there.
That
is-
was very
Yeah, I
well
got to give
timed.
Wannable props for this mod because it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, keep in mind, folks, this is a mod. This is not the normal game. This is a mod made by one of the community members that's allowing us to play the game the way we're playing it. It's amazing to me.
It is. It's great fun too. Now, looking back at the sort of action that's going on, these players are running out of their economy, very much so. Pieman and Laren stalling, so they're not going to be building stuff quite as fast. And all of the little green dots you see around the planet, those are metal sites which players can go and build metal extractors on to put up their economy as well as power generators, which will also help them with that regard. But
Take a look at Eric's. Nobody's on Eric's gem yet. Let's take a look at Tiebreaker, see how... That's where the Vanguard spawned, is on Tiebreaker. I don't think Headcrab realizes that he has a Vanguard on Tiebreaker, because he could move in and take out Laren's commander.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it wasn't even there.
That's really unfortunate that he hasn't noticed that. Should pay attention to those pings, but we've got a few skirmishers coming in on the main planet now. Pieman moving a whole bunch of tanks in on Headcrab's base, who's got basically the equal number of tanks because he's pretty much been left alone. He's even got himself up to an advanced tier 2 factory there as well. So he'll be able to produce his own vanguards shortly to defend against this.
Coming online.
Yep.
It looks like Pieman and Shadowpig have kind of a unsteady alliance going, trying to push into Headcrab's base from two different sides. I have to say I like that strategy, considering how many donations went down for Headcrab.
Just for those benefiting the stream, the Ablegamers bring games to disabled or people with disabilities and or who otherwise wouldn't be able to play games as a result of circumstances.
Yeah, we do have some of the Ablegamers guys in the chat. I'm sure they'd be happy to answer any questions you may have. And we are even going to have an interview with Craig from Ablegamers later in between, I think is it the 4th and 5th match?
I believe so. Hold on, I've got the...
I don't have the schedule in front of me.
I've got it here. No worries. It is between the 3rd and 4th game we have our interview with Craig.
Excellent. And a Sizzix going down for Laren. Did that get placed?
That got placed, I think...
Is that on Tiebreaker?
On Tiebreaker.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it is. It's there,
it's
just
on
on the
Tiebreaker.
floor.
It's on the ground because it gets spawned in, because, you know, it's a debug command. What do you want?
Yeah. He just needs to click it up and give it a move command, and it flies into the orbit.
It'll fly back up into orbit. It'll be all good.
So that'll be perfect against defending that Vanguard.
Shadowpig taking out a lot of the energy generators of Headcrab.
Oh, very nice.
Being gifted
Headcrab, a teleporter. Who is supporting Headcrab?
Where is the other end of it? Oh, the other end of it is on Tiebreaker. Man, they either really like Headcrab or really don't like Laren. One or the other.
Oh wow! Or they're just trying to orchestrate an epic battle of unscathed proportions of imbalancedness.
And I'm fine with that because it's awesome.
It is. Awesome is the word of the game.
Looks like Pieman's attack has stalled. His units are just kind of sitting there getting shot to bits. Shadowpig's not looking so good either. Yeah, he is definitely one that could use some support. Pieman looks to be in a little bit better shape.
Laren is hunkering down in his base, putting up great walls of Laren all over the place, and he's even put up a teleporter now which is linked. Sheller goes through, so he's got Shellers and Vanguards in his base, which can now push into Pieman, who is pretty darn undefended at this point. A single Vanguard from Laren, who, you know, just has that Vanguard, can just push in and finish off Pieman, which is where, of course, Pieman could probably do with a couple of donations, just a little bit of defense. Headcrab 20 boombots. Where did that get put?
I do not know yet. I'm going to guess it's Tiebreaker because, you know, that's where things seem to be going lately. It is, in fact, on Tiebreaker.
Very, very nice.
Oh, man.
So if those headcrabs... Not headcrabs. So I've been playing some Half-Life 2 recently. I've not played it before, so anything with lots of legs is automatically a headcrab to me.
That's awesome. Deller's moving out from Pieman, doing some work. Taking out Headcrab's units.
Headcrabs?
I'll cover for you, man. It's okay. Headcrab moving forward, takes out a Faber, is moving towards the metal extractors, pushing Pieman back into his base. Headcrab simultaneously moving towards Shadowpigs. Laren was given 2 advanced energy
Yeah,
plants.
he was
and a
stalling pretty
Vanguard.
hard. And a Vanguard, wow. Yeah, he was stalling pretty hard on his energy. And so he's still stalling on his metal. But he at least now has a bit of energy. Probably to run that advanced vehicle factory. So really intelligent donation there. But the Vanguards still sat in the middle of his base. They could be put to use while shellers are being sent over to Tiebreaker. Don't forget, of course, you can tell someone to put up Haleys on Eric's Gem. However, on Eric's Gem we have a few battles going on. We have Shadow Pig's commander sat in orbit in an Astreus, which is the single unit orbital transport to take you to any planet in the system, while Headcrab has got a dying teleporter there with a failed incursion, I fear. So Shadow Pig retains control of Eric's Gem for the time being. Tiebreaker, however, Headcrab has his commander on there and a T2 factory as well, and a lot of air factories.
And a lot of boombots.
And a lot of boombots or headcrabs. And they're on the move now, actually, as well. So we'll see where those are going.
You know, Laren's got units moving towards Headcrab's base on Tiebreaker, and it includes some Vanguards and Shellers. This could be very interesting because even though Headcrab has a tier 2 factory, he hasn't put out any tier 2 units yet. He does have the teleporter to back him up, but he needs to see what's actually coming, and I don't think he sees it at all. Shells from the Sheller start landing.
Yeah. Headcrab needs your help, folks.
Ooh.
Donate in now. He's not going to be able to get to that teleporter before that Vanguard gets to him.
I'm waiting for a shell to just take out all of those fabbers all at once, and there it goes. They start dying.
Here come the boombots.
Danger.
They're not going to get to the Vanguard. They're just going to shoot it. Oh, there you go. The Vanguard stays alive. The Shellers are still alive as well, taking down hits on the commander. He's not going to get out of there. Headcrab needs your help now, guys. He needs those. No, he's not.
He's not going to make it. The
Shellers. They're gone. Headcrab is gone. Despite the overpowered early game donations.
Man, and Laren had a Sizzix like right over the base, getting ready to go after the commander. He definitely wasn't going to make it.
Ouchie.
Laren clenches Tiebreaker for his own.
Back on Eric's Gem, Shadow Pig is moving up to an advanced vehicle factory. If he gets the economy and advanced fabricators on there, he can build up some Haleys, which are these engines, which he can then use to ram Eric's Gem into the main planet or Tiebreaker as he sees fit, but he does need the intelligence, because of course now in a recent patch we've got proportional planet smashing, so not necessarily taking out the entire planet as it used to in the game, so you've got to be more careful with your planet smashes.
Pieman's got a pretty sizable force moving into Shadow Pig's base on the main planet.
Oh wow, and that's got a Vanguard in there as well too, in fact.
And Shellers.
And Shellers, yeah.
I love Shellers.
That base is gone. In fact, on the other side of Laren's base, we've got the Shellers moving in to Pieman. Coming up against a few tanks there. Taking one out, taking two, and there goes the third for not a few tanks. So that was an unfavourable trade there. But of course they were lost entirely. Group of units coming in from Pieman now to the rest of Shadowpig's base, so he has no longer got a presence on this main planet apart from just a few bits of metal extraction to keep his economy going, just a little bit more on Eric's Gem.
Yeah, and if Pieman just turns those units towards Laren's base, I think this is going to be it for Laren on this planet.
What Laren can do now, because he has Tiebreaker, is put up some Haleys and send Tiebreaker smashing in to Giblets Prime if he really wanted.
Absolutely, but he needs somewhere to go, and Tiebreaker is not under his control.
Yeah. So Laren's Shellers doing adequate defense there against the incursion force from Pieman as he escapes the rest through the teleporter. Although they seem to have just walked through the teleporter without actually teleporting. So unless that's a thing where you can sort of semi-send them through and then they're on the ramp and you can just tell them to click elsewhere and they'll just go straight through rather than carry out the teleport command, which is probably a thing. And the Vanguard...
It might be a thing.
almost goes down, moving it out of the way just in time before a whole bunch of shells hits
Oh.
it. Ouch.
That hurt. Looks like Pieman's going to have to build up some more units if he's going to try that again. But Laren moving out with Shellers, just trying to pick things off at range. He's got enough radar that he can just keep those Shellers at max range and start inflicting damage. Pieman's got Shellers of his own, though, returning fire.
Don't forget, folks, you can donate for these players if you want to see them break through a turtle's shell like Laren has got his walls here. You can donate in, I think, is it $20 for a nuclear missile launcher, and currently nobody has anti-nukes.
A preloaded nuclear missile launcher, which means it can be fired as soon as it's spawned in.
Yeah, indeed, batteries are included with that nuke launcher. As many sensible words as you wish.
Tiebreaker. We actually have a nuclear missile launcher being built by Laren on Tiebreaker.
Oh, wow. Now, this is another thing, folks. Nukes can travel through space in this game, so you are not safe anywhere. You used to be safe if you had a planet which wasn't orbited by any others, but now nukes can go anywhere, so you really have to be careful.
Shadowpig building a nuclear missile launcher on Eric's gem is like they're reading our mind.
Or are they actually reading our mind? You never know. But of course, they could be putting up nuke defense instead of going for nuke missile launchers. It's, you know... But of course the donations are still there, they're still very real indeed. We're just waiting for the next one. It's been a bit of a lull for the last 7 or so minutes.
Yep, Pieman moving in some more units against Laren, this time coming from a different direction.
Oh wow, and that's
Looks
a
like
relatively
there's only
undefended section.
There's a few Shellers in there, but it's mostly tier 1 tanks.
Yeah.
I don't see them getting past this advanced laser turret that easily, unless the Shellers just start picking it off from range before he moves in.
The Shellers
which is going to
can
give
pick it
Laren
up
enough
from
time to
range.
respond.
Yep, indeed.
Laren responding by launching an assault.
An anchor tries to go up above this battlefield from Pieman, which would give a little bit of support, but I don't think it has the DPS to really assist when you've got vanguards involved. And there's one right there, taking out the advanced factory. Pieman needs your donations, folks. Meanwhile, on the south, he actually did destroy that T3 turret there, but the Shellers now have been picked off by the defending Shellers, so that army is now a sitting duck. It is null and void against a Sheller defense.
Yeah, tier 1 units at this stage of the game are just not effective, except for just soaking up damage.
Now you can see the anchor shooting down at the units down below, taking out a Sheller. Could they take out a second? Yes, they do. How much damage can they do to that vanguard? Nowhere near enough. Goodness me, but the Sheller's now targeting the commander of Pieman. He needs to get out of there, otherwise he's going to lose that. Donations,
that
please,
commander
folks.
is so much danger.
He needs your help.
He needs help so bad. I don't know if he's going to be able to get away. Anchor trying to do some damage.
The Vanguard is
chasing
still very
closely.
real, and it's going to take taken out by the defending Sheller. Very nice.
MVP Sheller right there.
MVP. Back on Tiebreaker, the nuke launcher is almost finished from Laren. He does still have to build the missile. The nuke launchers, when you build them yourselves rather than in the mod, they do not come preloaded with a missile, so you'll actually have to build the missiles separately. And on Eric's gem as well, the nuclear launcher is still very much in its infancy. No smashes yet on the horizon, as we can see.
No, Hallies are very expensive to build. They take quite a long time. Another force coming from Pieman, but again, it's just tier 1 units. They're not going to be able to get into this well-defended base of Laren. More Shellers coming out for Laren. They start taking fire from the anchors in orbit.
Yeah, folks in the chat, Laren's defense needs to be broken. You can help with that.
Absolutely they can. A quick nuke, just a little nuke. That's all it needs.
Just a little itty bitty nuke that goes boom.
That's right.
We do still Pieman maintaining his T1 vehicle offensive. It's not going to work, no matter how many units you throw at this, especially when you only throw them in that small drib and drab. They're just not going to get through that defense that was given to Laren earlier on there, those triple barrel turrets.
No, all he's doing at this point is wasting metal. If he's not going to send those tier 1 units backed up by tier 2 units, they're not going to get very far, and they're not going to be effective at all. I don't know what Laren's play is here. I don't know.
He's trying to take out the anchors with his Avengers that he's moving in. These are basically orbital fighters that can attack anything in the orbital layer, taking out the fabricator there, and now this anchor here as well. Which doesn't seem to be able to defend itself too well.
It's defending itself, it's split between multiple targets.
Of course.
That's going to open up the front of Pieman's base. Laren can start moving units in and not have to get harassed by that anchor anymore.
Now, interestingly, on the other side of Pieman's base, we have sniper bots, or ghillies. These things have super long range, providing they actually have the vision for it, which is where all the other support units really come in. He's even got bombers there as well, mixed in with a large unit blob.
See a lot of Pieman's units on the side of Laren's base just getting picked apart by shellers. So we're kind of stalemated on this starting planet. Oh, nuke coming in from Laren. Coming into the main planet.
That's going to hit right in the middle of Pieman's base. Ouch! Taking out all of those factories.
And an advanced factory along with it.
You
That's
see
gonna hurt.
there, that nuke could have been so much better placed. Because look at Pieman's commander. He is on next to no health at all. That nuke would have one-shotted him. So
Yeah.
if Laren had actually thought, maybe I could get a commander kill with this and gone a little bit of scouting, which is why late game scouting is so important. You know. Oh, wow.
Nobody?
Nobody. But
Alright, well somebody got a Vanguard, don't know who. Umbrella going down next to Pieman's commander to try to save him from an orbital attack if it ends up happening. Keep the anchors at bay.
yes,
Some fighters
indeed.
coming in from Laren. Looks like he's going to get some scouting down, which is probably what he should have done before he fired the nuke.
Eric's gem, there's an SXX being built by Shadow Pig. Come on! Haley's, please!
Another nuke missile getting close to completion for Laren. And
Yeah.
now that he's got some scouting and knows where the commander is, that could be the end of Pieman right there.
Yeah.
That goes. So close, so close.
Ooh. Laren has an SXX on Tiebreaker as well. So what he could do is send the nuke to Eric's gem, nuke the commander. Oh no, he can't because there is
He
an
can't.
anti-nuke there.
There's an anti-nuke right next to the commander now.
Oh wow. And there's Haley's being built on Eric's gem.
Yes, there is.
Puppet Master gives Shadow Pig a nuclear missile launcher preloaded.
Oh,
Oh damn.
oh, where's that gonna go?
Not only that, but Laren has launched his
Laren
nuke.
has launched. Laren has launched. Alright, keep an eye on orbital. I want to see if Shadow Pig launches a nuke.
Oh blimey. Shadow Pig launches his nuke.
Where's it going?
Not sure where
Oh, it's going to the main planet.
Or is it just slingshotting around and waiting to go? What's it doing? It's going to Tiebreaker.
Oh, no, which one's going to land
dear.
first?
Oh, this is going to be really hard hitting because on Tiebreaker, Shadow Pig has an advanced orbital radar, which will give him scouting, although he doesn't have the energy to support it at this point. But if he had hit it directly where Laren's commander is, then that'll do a lot of damage. On the main planet, the nuke coming in now from Laren.
Yes. Laren's nuke coming in.
It's going to miss the
he's
commander.
Going to where the commander was. He's going to miss now.
It's going to miss, but it's going to take out
new
two.
Advanced bot factory.
Yeah, 2 advanced factories and the eco and the umbrella as well. So now he can move his SXX
go to
in.
Tiebreaker. Shadow Pig's nuke coming in.
That's going to hit before the anti-nuke hits. Oh!
Oh, he lost his nuke and his anti-nuke. His commander, so low health now.
Oh, wow. Something needs to be done about Shadow Pig, who's now setting up Haley's. First one complete on Eric's gem. Donations, please. Second Haley going up.
Where's Laren going to go? Oh, he's going to have to go back to the main planet, because he's got nothing now.
He's lost his Astraeus, so he's going to have to use teleporters, but he has to get that commander healed, because just one more nuke, and he will be down for the count.
Laren's got an awful lot of shellers on this planet, on this main planet.
Looking out into the orbital layer, we've got a lot of things in transit. I fear lots of stuff are going to Eric's gem. In fact, they are. Lots of things just popped up onto the North Pole. They are getting... they can't go and attack the commander, though, because there are 2 umbrellas there. But the commander is...
But they can attack the Haleys.
They can attack the Haleys, indeed. They need to be finished rapidly. Shadow Pig has not got the economy to support this, but it's still going up reasonably, nonetheless.
Got second Haley half done, and this planet only takes 3.
Yep.
So if someone were to donate a Haley,
just a single
Haley,
Haley,
smash it.
Shadow Pig could smash the other bin, but he does need to get
Absolutely.
off the planet as well, which is going to be slightly more tricky. Looking back on the main planet,
indeed, but he does have an Astraeus. He has an Astraeus available to him.
Yep, that Astraeus is very real indeed. Back on Giblets Prime, there seems to be a lull in the action at the moment. There's a force grouping by Pyman to the south of Laren's base, but I think Pyman has at this point realised Laren's commander is perhaps not in this base.
Yep.
But we
Pyman putting up an umbrella to save him from getting Sizzix sniped.
Well, it's not really, because the SXX can come in right on top of the commander and get a free hit off, which is more than enough. Just one hit there, and that'll kill that commander.
That is very true.
With the correct intel...
Sizzix brought in by Laren into Eric's gem at the North Pole. Third Halley going down.
If those don't move, that Halley could be finished. I wonder
and he's
where
got radar.
Go. Oh, they're moving.
Radar on the planet.
They're moving on the other direction. The umbrellas are going to be too preoccupied shooting down the Avengers, while the SXX moves into the commander.
Oh, this can be close.
The Avengers have to draw the fire from those umbrellas. They cannot move outside of the range, otherwise the umbrella will target the SXX. Here it comes now. The umbrella does not targeting the SXX. The SXX goes one shot, 2 shots.
2 shot. 3
that
shots.
Commander is gone.
4 shots. 5th and final.
Boom.
And that is the end of Shadow Pig. He was so close to smashing the planet.
Someone asking in chat what the Boombot Wars is. Basically, you can only build Boombots, and a few other units have been modded so that they shoot Boombots and all sorts of stuff that goes on. We're actually going to be playing in that after this, and it's a whole bunch of fun. Courtesy of Burnt Custard is the credit to the mod, and it's a whole bunch of fun. If you have Planetary Annihilation Mod Manager, you can download it and play it anytime you wish.
Yeah, I believe I'm in that match as well, and I have never actually played Boombot Wars, so this should be interesting.
I believe the way it's going to work is it's going to be you, me, and Custard versus 3AI, so we're going to have 2 people going, what are we doing? Against some pretty difficult AI, actually. I think
that should be entertaining. That should be quite entertaining. So we're down to Pyman and Laren. Laren having the obvious advantage, since he has a whole second planet to himself, and if he moves into Eric's gem, that'd give him a 3rd planet.
Does he need to though? Oh well, I was going to say because he has his nuke launcher, but of course it got nuked.
It got nuked.
He does.
I don't think he's replaced it. Has he replaced it? No, he's got his commander. He's got a teleporter. I don't think he's going for nukes again. Doesn't look like it.
But he's got all of his SXX and everything else on Giblets Prime. Sheller's moving in as well against Pieman. Pieman needs your donations, folks, to finish Laren off because he hasn't currently really got anything to answer for these SXX that are going to come in and take his commander out in one shot. One shot is all it's going to take.
The orbital group is on the move. I don't know if he knows. Does he know? He does not know where the commander is. So he needs to get some scouting down. There go the fighters. Going around patrolling, seeing if he can find the commander to finish this game.
I've just looked in the donations tab that Shadow Pig was actually donated a Haley.
Oh.
Oh, that was unfortunate.
That's terribly unfortunate that he died before he could get spawned in.
Yeah.
But thank you to whoever tried to donate the Haley.
Oh no, it wasn't a Haley, it was a nuke launcher. My
oh,
mistake.
Nuke launcher. Oh no, he got the nuke launcher. He did indeed, and he launched a nuke with it.
Yeah, so I was looking at the wrong code there. Completely my mistake. Here come the Avengers now, but the Umbrellas are going to shoot them down. And that means that the SXX is not going to survive. It's going to have to come back another day.
And it's dead.
But Laren does now have a pretty fair idea of where that commander is, what he can do.
And here comes Shellers moving, making a beeline directly towards the last known location of the commander.
Yeah, there are the gunships there, though, from the advanced air factory. Those things will chew through those Shellers and the bombers as well.
Absolutely.
Nice sort of...
Yeah, he needs to get some air support in for those Shellers to be effective at all.
What he can do is send his SXX to Eric's gem, send it back and land it right on top of the commander, which will save the travel over the top of the Umbrellas and still get its shot.
Absolutely. Oh, we got some Shellers moving on the outside. Pieman does have radar, but we'll see whether or not he notices that he's in trouble. He does have a slammer there, and the slammers are very effective at taking out Shellers. He also has some tactical missile launching bots called Blue Hawks moving along with his commander. Doesn't look like the levelers, or Shellers rather, do not know where the commander is yet, because they're not targeting him yet.
They're taking out the Umbrellas.
They're taking out the Umbrellas.
The SXX can now move in. Are they ready to, is the question.
Come on, one more shot. No, 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 take out the Umbrella. No, no, no. Oh, he fails to take out the second Umbrella.
That's really
Vanguard
unfortunate.
getting shot to bits. That is terribly unfortunate. If that Umbrella had gotten taken out, that could have been game over right there.
Laren is not doing enough right now. He is floating 1,378 metal.
Yeah, that is a lot of metal to be floating around.
He could just pump out a whole bunch of advanced fabricators, pop up a few nukes, or even pop up a few Haleys in seconds with that and enough fabricators. But he's just content to be producing hummingbirds, and I don't know what he's really trying to do here. I think he wants to do an orbital snipe, but he's not going about it the right way.
No, he should be building the orbital units on another planet and then moving them in to Giblets Prime. I mean, Eric's gem is completely uninhabited at the moment. He could just use that as a staging area and build nothing but an orbital launcher and launch from there.
So Quitch in chat saying zoom in on the Blue Hawk because it looks awesome.
Yes, it does. I'll try to zoom in on it more when it's firing because it's pretty amazing.
Slammers there as well. They are amphibious, but there's not really enough water to make any hide nor hair of that.
Oh. Artillery projectile to the face. That's gotta hurt.
In come lots of bombers and hummingbirds straight on the commander. This single pass could finish it. And it does!
There it is. That's what he was waiting for right there.
Oh, good game. Laren is the victor.
Very good game.
Very good game indeed.